Hi there everyone, and welcome back to Cooking with Mary Sue. This is another weekend episode. Before we begin, I want to remind everybody to hit the like and subscribe down at the bottom. You'll find links to my other channels down there, which is Susie Q Knickknacks, my resale channel, link to my eBay store, a link to Brother Claude's Reflects, his sermons, his videos, and a link to our new channel I started just a few weeks ago called Gardening in the Delta. That's where we showcase our other passion we love to do together, and that's gardening. He takes care of the outside mainly, perennials in the ground and trees and shrubs, and I usually plant annuals and a few perennials in pots and containers. Okay, now I wish everybody that subscribes to this channel would please jump over there and subscribe to my gardening channel. I'm trying to let it grow up, let it get bigger. It's very small right now, but it's going along. It's growing day by day, just a little bit. Okay, now what are we going to do here today? That's right, baked beans. This is a great meal for the summertime. It's barbecue season now. Everybody's barbecuing out. What goes with barbecue? Baked beans, almost all the time. Or baked beans with spaghetti. Makes a good side dish. And it's very easy to throw together and make. You can take your time making it. Depends on how you want to cook it, how fast you need it to be cooked. Baked beans, you could, if you have all day and a lot of time, you could cook them in a crock pot for several hours on low. You cook them in the oven for about an hour and a half, maybe on 250 on low. You cook them on top of the stove, which I'm going to do that day. I'm going to put them on top of the stove in my little Copper Chef pan here. I'm going to let them simmer on there for about maybe half hour. Or if you're in a big hurry, you want to throw them together real fast, you could cook your beef. One thing you have to do is cook your beef first. And I did cook a little bacon and go in there. But once you got that cooked, you could throw all this together and pop it in the microwave for about 10 minutes if you wanted to, if you're in a big hurry. So there's no special way to cook baked beans. All you're doing is adding beef to the beans and all your seasoning, and the amount of time allows all the seasoning to kind of blend together and make the beans taste so good. Alright, where are we going to start here? Oh yeah, I'm using navy beans. You might notice I'm not using pork and beans, I'm not using baked beans that you buy at the store. Mainly because those have too much sugar in them for my husband, he's diabetic. So I just start out with navy beans or any type of white bean. Northern beans are okay, but I like the navy beans because they're smaller. They're closer in size to a baked bean. And I did cook a pound of ground beef a little bit earlier. I cooked a little bit of bacon. Now I'm using turkey bacon. You can use any type of bacon you like. Beef bacon, pork bacon, turkey bacon. And if you're out of bacon and you're in a big hurry to make this, just throw in some bacon bits. You'll still get the same flavor there. I'm going to throw in a little bit of onion. This is about half of a large onion chopped up. It's been frozen. I chopped it up last week and put it in the freezer. I use it like that for recipes I'm going to make later. If you don't have any raw onion, you can easily use minced onion or onion powder. As long as you got the onion flavor in there, it doesn't really matter from what. Now I'm going to throw in just a little bit. This is about half a cup of diced bell pepper. We're going to add vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, mustard, ketchup, brown sugar, and sugar. Now I told you a while ago that I have to make myself sugar free, so I'll show you what I'm doing for a trick here to make it low sugar. I'm using SPLENDA. The SPLENDA brown sugar is great for baking. It measures the same way as regular brown sugar. And I'm going to put in just a little bit of stevia. That way I can make baked beans and have them almost totally sugar free. There'll be just a little bit of sugar, but won't be much. Okay, first I'm going to add the beans here. I have made these in a crock pot before, but I just didn't want to fool with getting the crock pot out, and I don't want to take all day long to cook. I want to make these a little bit faster, so I want to cook them on top of the stove. I'll let them simmer for about half hour on top there. Maybe a little bit longer. Okay. Got the beans out of there without too much noise. Okay, now the ground beef. That's 1 pound of ground beef. Okay. Gonna throw in the onion here. This is a little over half of a whole onion I had cut up in the freezer. Bell pepper. I'm going to go ahead and stir this up a little bit before I add the other stuff. is an easy meal to side dish to throw together. The only work really is cooking the beef. Beef doesn't take very long to cook. I cook my turkey bacon in the microwave. I would use beef bacon, but beef bacon is kind of hard to find where I live. I've seen it just occasionally over the last few years, but it's hard to find. Okay, now for the other stuff we're going to put in there. Like I said, a tablespoon of mustard here. My mustard come out. Heaping tablespoon. The Worcestershire. Say that 10 times fast. A tablespoon of this. This wants to go everywhere when you squeeze it. A little apple. I'm using apple cider right now. They didn't have any in the white vinegar. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference because I'm not using but a tablespoon. Okay. The bacon. A little bacon around. Okay. Now the ketchup here. I'm going to put a cup of ketchup. Stir it up a little bit. Okay. Seems like a lot, but it's going to be really good when you get through with it. Now, I mentioned why I didn't use barbecue sauce because it's too sweet. Well, let me show you something here. Not long ago, I found this on Amazon. This is actually, it's called, you can see it there, Guys, and it says right there, sugar-free barbecue sauce. Yep, it's sugar-free, 0 sugar in it. My husband loves this. The reason I'm not using this today, though, because it's also spicy, and I don't want my beef spicy. He would love it spicy. In fact, this weekend I made some beef rib tips, and he loved this on there. He put this on his beef ribs. They were great, but I didn't use it. If he wants some of this on his beans, he can just add to his bowl at the table later. I'm not too big on spicy stuff. He is. He loves spicy stuff. Okay. I'm going to stir all this up. Then I'll be adding the sugar next. And that will be it, I think. Okay. This is looking good. It's smelling good, too. So make sure it gets all the ingredients get incorporated. Now for the sugar part, just a little bit, like I said. I'm just going to add, I'm not going to add too much of this. Just a couple of teaspoons. Yeah, about 2 teaspoons of that. But I've got a 1/3 cup of the brown sugar here, the SPLENDA brown sugar. You know, brown sugar wants to kind of stick together and clump. If you haven't tried this SPLENDA brown sugar, it's very good. I use it sometimes to make sugar-free cookies for him. I'm actually going to add just a little bit more ketchup to this. About another couple more tablespoons, I think. I just want it a little more red. There. That's about 2 more tablespoons to it. I'm going to put this on the stove on medium. let it cook for about a half hour, then we will see how it comes out. I made these last summer. They came out really, really good. The thing is, I didn't write down my recipe last summer, so I'm kind of going from memory. See how they taste so far. They do taste good. They just need to get hot now and all these flavors blend together. While these are cooking for half hour, I'm going to clean up my mess here and we'll be right back. Hi there, we're back and we're done. I let these simmer on top of the stove for about 30-40 minutes. They smell scrumptious. Remember I used SPLENDA, brown sugar, and a little stevia sugar to make sugar-free or low-sugar baked beans. What brought you in here?
I smell those beans.
I bet.
They sure smell good. I hope you got some cornbread to go with it.
Well, I gotta make some more. You ate all I had in the freezer last week. Now I gotta make some more for you. He said this would be just enough for a whole meal by itself. Just this and cornbread and you'll be happy. Those look delicious. They're too hot right now almost to taste, but they smell great. Okay.
Sure smells good.
Well, you have a little bit because I make some cornbread. You can have some. Remember, I put beef in here, a little bacon, onion, lots of onion. If you don't have any raw onion on hand, you can use minced onion or onion powder. I throw in a little bit of bell pepper, the Worcestershire sauce, mustard, vinegar, what else was it? Ketchup, yeah, ketchup, and stevia. We'll call that a wrap this weekend. I'll be back next week with something else. Don't forget my book here, Miss Kitty, Awesome Adventures. Buy yourself a copy for your kids or your grandkids. And please hop over there and look at our gardening channel. It's called Garden in the Delta. I'll have a link down below for you. Bye for now. God bless everyone.